Hi, everybody, on a Friday and happy almost weekend. Northwest Crazy March weekend. And we've got, let's start over on the right. We've got the winter storm warning for the Cascades up through Sunday evening from the Weather Service. I'll show you the latest. This is not going to be the biggest weekend snowstorm of all time on Mount Hood, but it will be one for the record books as you go down to Bachelor and South. I'll show you the snow amounts coming up. New this afternoon in green, the National Weather Service from Albany southward and from Lincoln City southward, we have a flood watch up. This is in that area, and I talked about this yesterday, where the heaviest rains this weekend will set up across southern Oregon. More on that coming up. Also, this is expected to take hold tomorrow afternoon into Sunday afternoon. A high wind warning now issued. This is south of Florence along the South Oregon coast, including, of course, Coos Bay, North Bend area for wind gusts of 60 to even 70, 75 miles per hour is what the Weather Service believes. I'll show you that wind data coming up. In terms of, okay, I'm sure you know, we've got rain on the radar right now. We're going to have rain tonight. We're going to have rain at times tomorrow, rain at times Sunday. And then we'll get into a drier pattern on Monday. The rainiest portion of your weekend overall here in the valley, certainly up in the Portland area, will be late Saturday, Saturday evening, overnight into Sunday morning. If there's going to be a shot of just hours and hours of widespread steady rain, that's when it will be. Late Saturday, Saturday night into Sunday morning. So all of this coming up. A couple of quick announcements. One, I talked to the folks out of Hillcrest Ski and Board Shop in Gresham today. Longtime sponsors of my Mount Hood Ski Forecast page. Really appreciate their support of my forecast work. They are one of the presenters or sponsors for the Sportsman's Outdoor Expo show and dinner. This is actually happening today and this evening out in Boring. So I realize it's probably too late unless you live next door to make plans to go out there this evening in Boring. But I wanted to give the Sportsman Outdoor Expo and Dinner Show a shout out in that direction. And then not too late for this, coming up on Sunday at Mount Hood Meadows. They always have a demo day in one of the last weekends of their season. I mean, their season's still going on, but we're getting into the tail end of it, right? Anyway, Hillcrest will be one of the demo sponsors this Sunday at Mount Hood Meadows. So it's a good day to go up there and try all kinds of gear, including the gear brought to you by Hillcrest Ski and Board Shop. Again, they're located in Gresham off of Burnside, and they'll be up in Meadows for you to try some of their gear this coming Sunday. All right, now one more mention, and then we'll get you going with the forecast. My sponsor of my YouTube video every day, the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify for a variety of investment topics. Okay, let's get you going. Let's start. This is courtesy of KGW TV, their Futurecast model. And let me back this up. Here it is. This is this evening, 7-Eleven. You can see the rain. The snow is the blue over the Cascades. Scattered showers in the morning, but some of the scattered shower activity could be a lot. Here comes that wave of more steady rain late Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock into the night. Here's Sunday morning at 7 a.m. A lot of rain, especially up into the Eugene, Salem area where you see the yellow. That is the heavier rain amounts. And then at some point tomorrow afternoon into the evening, a front comes through and all of this action slides out of here. And we will be much drier on your Monday through Wednesday upcoming. I've got another rain animation that I will show you for the weekend too, and another point that I want to make. But again, Saturday, late day, overnight, and this Sunday morning, potentially the wettest part of our weekend. Now, remember the flood watch issued for Southern Oregon from Albany and Lincoln City southward. Heaviest moisture amounts, southern half of Oregon this weekend, including Cascade snow. This is amazing. Again, this is the European model. The graphic is courtesy of KGW TV. Look at Mount Hood. This is the snow that falls on this Friday through Sunday afternoon through 8 o'clock. 2 feet at Mount Hood Meadows. There's a winter storm warning up. 2 feet for the weekend. You know, that's a good snowy weekend. Nothing to write home about, but a good snowy weekend. But look at what you would write home about as you drop southward. Hoodoo, 40 inches. Willamette Pass, 55 inches. Mount Bachelor, 53. So basically double the snow and at Bachelor from Mount Hood as you drop down into central and eventually southern Oregon. Even Bend, this model is putting out 8 inches of snow. That would be mostly overnight morning hours. And it's showing about a foot of snow out in Anthony Lakes. So that's incredible. If you're going to be traveling down or going to Bachelor for this upcoming weekend, a lot of snow coming. Pretty impressive stuff. This was news this morning. I don't expect this again tonight or tomorrow morning, but this was this morning. When did I grab this? About 8:30 this morning. Look at the snow roadside in the Coast Range at 1,400 feet. That's on Highway 26, a Sunset Pass area. And if I go ahead and play this, it's going to give it a couple seconds. It's going to animate into some of the other passes. So here comes the Oregon 6 in the Tillamook. Now that was 36 degrees, no snow. But then look at US 20. I think this is the highway that goes into Newport, if I'm correct, Dudley Hill. Snow on the road at 600 feet. The snow levels moving forward, by the way, generally starting tonight into tomorrow, will be no lower than 2,000 feet. The winter storm warning, I should mention, all that heavy snow that I talked about, the heaviest snow is going to be generally near to above 2,000 feet this weekend, but there could be 2 feet of snow at Government Camp at 4,000 feet. So look at the snow levels. This is my Mount Hood snow forecast, again, brought to you by Hillcrest Ski and Board Shop. There's the 25 at Timberline now, 32 Meadows, 26 at Ski Bowl. So Saturday, 6 to 8 inches with the heaviest snow in the afternoon going into the night. And then you tack on 4 to 8 Sunday. So really that Saturday PM into about Sunday noon, there's 16 inches of snow, at least 10 to 16 inches of snow. And then you've got the whole thing fizzling out with some snow showers Monday and pretty dry up there on Tuesday. Again, snow levels, 2,000 to 3,000 feet Saturday, 3,000 to 2,500 feet Sunday, definitely above 2,000 feet for the rest of the weekend. It did get up to 32 at Government Camp today, so that was snow covered partially earlier, but now it's just wet, and the other passes are all wet too with temperatures around freezing. Okay. Again, that's my Mount Hood weather ski forecast page on my weather site, portlandweather.com. Here's the American GFS. This is the future radar product. So we've got rain picking up this evening, but it's not steady rain. It's broken bits of an active shower pattern or kind of occasional shots of rain coming through, however you want to phrase that. That's the remainder of this Friday overnight and then into Saturday morning. So scattered precipitation in the morning. And then down here, this is 2 p.m. Saturday. See this wave of rain down here? This is what's going to be pushing north. So here we are Saturday at 5 p.m. Steady rain. There's the evening push of widespread steady rain. Some of it heavy. Saturday overnight, a rainy mess. And now we're into Sunday morning at 5 a.m. Heavy rain in Roseburg. Heavy rain near to just south of Eugene. And what's interesting is, this is the American GFS model, a different model than what I showed you from KGW TV. Let me play this one more time. Here is 8 p.m. Sunday morning. Now it shows some rain up into Portland, but again, the heavy rain clearly well to our south. And you can make the case. Here is, this is 11 a.m. Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Sunday morning. You can make the case that the rain line and dry line is almost right over Portland, meaning if you're doing the Shamrock run on Sunday, there's probably some precip in the air, but maybe it's just light stuff. And again, the driving rain is to the south. And then at some point, all of this drops to our south. And by Sunday evening, here we are Sunday at 5 p.m., it's really getting to be pretty dry into Sunday night. And then just a few scattered showers on Monday, which is what you're looking at right there, okay? All the modeling is kind of agreeing with what I just showed you. So how much rain are we talking about? This is interesting. This is total rain from tonight through Sunday afternoon. It shows another inch to an inch and a quarter roughly around Portland, inch and a quarter to maybe an inch and a half up in Seattle. And then here is the concern area. Remember the flash flood watch, or the flood watch, I should say correctly, from Albany southward and Lincoln City southward. Well, here's Lane County. There's Eugene, 2.69 inches of rain, more than double what Portland will get this weekend. And then you go down farther to the south around Roseburg, nearly 5 inches of rain. You go down to the Coos Bay, North Bend area, anywhere from about 4.5 to over 7 inches of rain. So there's concern of some rapid rise in rivers and just some high water spots and some sloppy flooding, ponding of water on roads because of all that rain. And down here, again, the heaviest rain is coming in Saturday night into Sunday. Remember, the flood watch is Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. through Sunday at 5 p.m. So that's interesting. Okay. What about wind? I've got one more animation to show you. Remember the wind watch down there in that same time frame, setting up Saturday into Saturday night into Sunday morning, basically. Here is tonight, some noticeable gusts to about 30 along the coast. I think more like 10 to 20 mile per hour occasional breezes from the southwest and the valley, right? That's not that big a deal, obviously. And then there's not much going on until we get into Saturday evening. Here's Saturday at 5 p.m. Here's that rain bullseye, the reason for the wind warning along the south coast. This is showing 50 mile per hour wind gusts at 5 p.m. south of Florence. Here we are going into Saturday evening. Now we got 50 mile per hour wind gusts all the way up into Lincoln County potentially. Some 30 mile per hour winds basically down around Eugene. Notice it's a south wind, so there's no pull out of the gorge, no winds in the gorge. Here is Sunday morning, again, a swath of 50 to maybe 60 mile per hour winds. Now, this model does not go as high as what the Weather Service is warning for. They were talking about at least some erratic gusts between 60 and 70 or 75 miles per hour, so we'll see. But clearly, there's some wind coming to the South Oregon coast. And then by Sunday morning, if this is correct, it's all over really, except for the extreme southern Oregon coast, where there'd still be some 50 mile per hour winds. And then notice how the entire weather system, the rain and the wind threat drops into southern and even southeastern Oregon as we go into Sunday evening. This is Sunday at 5 p.m. That's showing some gusty winds in the mountainous terrains out in southeastern Oregon. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's go around the horn for an active weekend. It's going to be just rain more than not, at least through Sunday. Showers Monday. There's that dry Tuesday showing up in Medford. Temperatures for the weekend in the 50s, overnight lows near freezing. So, if you're up in elevation, especially, could be an early snow mix down there in some areas. Let's jump out to Pendleton. We've got, even in the Great Basin, rain developing Saturday, rain on Sunday, showers on Monday, daytime highs around 50 degrees. So that's comfortable. Here's Bend. Yeah, overnight lows in the 20s. Remember that one model showed 8 inches of snow in Bend. That would be overnight morning snow because daytime highs in the 40s, 48 Saturday, 47 Sunday, 44 on Monday. So we'll keep an eye on all that. Here's Eugene getting into the heart of the rain area with the flood watch in effect for Saturday p.m. into Sunday. Temperatures around 50 degrees with all that rain coming. Wow. All right. What about Salem? Wetter than Portland, but not nearly as wet as Eugene and not in the flood watch area. But basically rain at times through Sunday, breaking into showers on Monday. I really think Tuesday, that's an early shower, dry. And I really think Wednesday at this point is going to be dry too. I'm not positive, obviously, if they're interpolating from a bunch of different models, how they come up with this forecast. This is an auto feed from NOAA and the National Weather Service. Seattle, what do you got? Just, rain. Yeah, rain. Temperatures around 50 degrees. All right. North Bend. Here's the pinnacle of the wetness. Heavy rain on Sunday, absolutely. And temperatures around 50 degrees. Okay. Here's Portland's 7-day forecast, courtesy of Hazel Tire Pros up here in Vancouver. So rain at times the rest of this afternoon and tonight. Rain at times or showers Saturday morning. The big rain push develops by late Saturday afternoon, if not mid to late Saturday afternoon. Raining Saturday night, really coming down. Sunday, rain to showers or just light misty weather potentially near in downtown Portland and northward, with it all basically starting to end going into Sunday evening. Sun and scattered showers Monday. We're out of the wet cycle. Tuesday, a shower in the morning, maybe. Otherwise, I think Tuesday's dry. I think Wednesday's dry, a high of 57. And then Thursday, we've got our next system on with rain likely, and there's also a rain likely forecast on that following Friday, which will be day 8. Okay. That is your update. Don't forget about the winter storm warning for the Cascades. You'll need chains and or traction tires. You'll start to get heavy snow amounts near to above 2,000 feet over the weekend. I think the coast range stays wet. Don't forget about the wind and the increasing rain if you have plans to travel southward down toward Eugene and even farther south to Lincoln City and farther south along the coast. And with all of that said, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't, please do so. I'll talk to you soon.